Welcome students, class 12th chemistry. Today we are going to start the chapter number 2, solutions, and the topic of discussion are solutions and their concentrations. Solutions. A solution is a homogeneous mixture. It is composed of two components, solvent and solute. Solute that is present in less amount and dissolved in the solvent. Solvent which is present in more amount and in which solute is dissolved. So concentration of solute in the solution is a measure of how much of that solute is dissolved in the solvent. Now, what are the characteristics of the solution? A solution is a homogeneous mixture. The particle solute in solution cannot be seen. The solution does not allow beam of light to scatter. A solution is stable. The solution from solution cannot be separated by mechanical methods or by simple filtration. Different type of solutions are depending upon the nature of the solute and solvent. With examples, gas in gas, example is air, gas in liquid, soda, gas in solid, hydrogen on platinum, liquid in gas, water vapors in air, fog, etc. Liquid in liquid, alcohol in water, these are known as the emulsions. Liquid in solid, dental filling, mercury in silver, solid in gas, sulfur vapors in air, solid in liquid, sugar solution in water, and solid in solid are the alloys. First of all, we have to understand the concentration terms related in the solutions. So first term is what is concentration. It is the measure how much of one substance is mixed to another substance. One substance means solute and another substance means solvent. Most commonly these are related to solutions. Solute is dissolved and solvent in which solute is dissolved. To concentrate a solution, what do you mean by to concentrate a solution? It means to add more of the solute or reduce the amount of solvent by evaporation. To dilute the solution means to add more of the solvent or reduce the amount of the solute and we can get the dilute solution. The term related to concentration is saturated solution. Saturated solution means which has no tendency to dissolve more of the solute. If additional solute is added, it will remain undissolved. And the point of saturation depends upon many factors as ambient temperature and the chemical nature of the solvent and solute. Saturated solution. Solvent holds as much solute as possible at a particular temperature. So after some time the tendency of solvent to dissolve more of the solute decreases and undissolved solid remains in the flask. Dissolved solute is in equilibrium with the solid solute particles. Now unsaturated solution, which has more tendency to add more of the solute or it is having the concentration lesser than saturated solution. So when we increase temperature, more of the solute can be dissolved. So unsaturated solutions are having the tendency to dissolve more of the solutes and no solid remains in the flask, means all the solutes are dissolved in the solution. Next is the supersaturated solution. Solvent holds more solute than is normally possible at temperature. When this solution is heated, dissolve more of the solute, but when it is cooled, the solute particles separate from the solvent. So this type of solution is supersaturated solution and in super saturated solution on cooling crystallization takes place. Concentration expression. How we can express the concentrations? Mass percentage, mass volume, volume by volume percentage, molarity, molality, normality, formality, and part per rotation per ppm. Mass percentage. First by weight. It means mass of the solute in gram in 100 gram of the solution. And formula is given. You have to remember this formula and can calculate the value. Mass volume percentage, volume by volume. It denotes the mass of the solute in 100 ml of the solution. Means solution is in liquid state but the solute is in solid state. Solid or liquid, but in by mass it is taken. Next is the volume by volume percentage, means the solute and solution both are in liquid state, and we can say that the volume of the solute in milliliter per 100 milliliter of the resulting solution. For example, 5% ethanol by volume. It means it is having 5 ml of ethyl alcohol in 100 ml of solution. So these are the examples and the formulas for the calculation of these concentration terms. Strength. Strength is the amount of the solute in grams dissolved per liter of the solution. 1 लीटर solution में कितने ग्राम dissolved हैं, that is strength. Mass fraction. Mass fraction is the ratio of the mass of one component in total mass of the solution. For example, 5 gram, 5% solution weight by weight. It means solute is 5 gram and solution is 100 gram. So mass fraction will be 5 by 100. And that of the solvent will be 95 divided by 100. Next is the mole fraction. Mole fraction means number of moles of a component to total moles of the solution, and can be calculated by a ratio of number of moles of one of the component divided by total number of moles of all the components in the solution. In case of binary solution, two components are there, A and B, and their number of moles are Na and Nb. So we can calculate the mole fraction by formula XA is equal to Na divided by Na plus Nb, and mole fraction is the force solvent that can be given by this formula, and in the same way we can calculate the mole fraction of other components also. Next term related to concentration is the molarity. It is defined as the number of moles of the solute per liter of the solution, and it can be calculated by these formulas. Number 1, by dividing strength by molecular mass, or by using this formula, mass of the solute multiplied by 1000 divided by molecular mass of the solute multiplied by volume of the solution. So these are the formula we have to remember. For example, 0.25 capital M solution of NaOH means, क्या मीनिंग है ये हमें समझना चाहिए. 0.25 M, it means 0.25 moles of NaOH are dissolved in 1 liter. 1 M means 1 mole dissolved in 1 liter. So molarity can be calculated. First of all, weight of the 0.25 gram can be used, converted into grams, multiplied by 1000, and formula can be used to find out the molarity. Molality is the number of moles of the solute per kg of solvent, and the formula for it is given as weight of the mass of the solute multiplied by 1000 divided by molecular mass of the solute multiplied by mass of the solvent. So we can calculate the value of molarity by using this formula. Normality. One more term is there, normality, and it is defined as the number of gram equivalents of a substance or solute per liter of the solution. Gram equivalent means, first we must know the equivalent weights, equivalent mass, and then we can understand the normality. So equivalent mass is the mass of the substance that either combines or replaces 1 gram of hydrogen, 8 gram of oxygen or 35.5 gram of chlorine. So normality can be calculated by this formula. Mass of the solute multiplied by 1000 divided by equivalent mass of solute into volume of the solution. Now how can we find out the equivalent mass of acid? Mostly we are given the equivalent mass, but sometimes we have to calculate it. It is defined as the molecular mass divided by number of hydrogen released as H positive. It means basicity of the acid. Equivalent mass of base is equal to molecular mass divided by number of OH minus ions which may be released, and that is called acidity. Equivalent mass of the salts can be calculated by using molecular mass divided by valency of either ion. So equivalent mass can be calculated, and that can be applied in the formula for normality. Formality, it is just like the molarity. Formality means formula mass of the compound is used, and F is the number of formula weight of solute per liter of the solution. Parts per million, it is defined as the part of the solute per million of the solution. Now we can have some examples. Number 1, calculate the molarity of solution containing 5 gram of NaOH in 450 ml solution. We must first find out what is given in the numerical. In this case, 5 gram of NaOH, that is the solute. So mass of solute is 5 gram, and 450 ml of solution means volume of solution is 450 ml. Molar mass of solute NaOH formula mass, it is equal to 40, Na423, O416, H41, the total is 40, and these are placed in the formula directly, and we can find out the molarity. So one thing we have to remember, first find out what is given in the numerical. Number 2, apply the formula, you will get the marks. Then place all values in it and get the answer. इस तरीके से स्टेप बाय स्टेप आपको मार्किंग मिलती रहेगी, नंबर मिलते रहेंगे, मार्क्स मिलते रहेंगे. आपको स्टेप बाय स्टेप आपको हर स्टेप को लिखना है. नंबर 1, फाइंड आउट व्हाट इज गिवन. नंबर 2, राइट डाउन द फॉर्मूला यूज्ड. नंबर 3, प्लेस द वैल्यूज, and last do the calculations. Example number 2, calculate molality of 2.5 gram ethanoic acid in 75 gram of benzene. It can be used, mass of solute is 2.5 gram, mass of solvent is 75 gram, and the formula is W into 1000 divided by capital M divided by W gram of the solvent. So these are placed and we find out the value of molality. Example next, calculate the mole fraction of the ethylene glycol C2H6O2 in a solution containing 20% of C2H6O2 by mass. So first of all, 20% of C2H6O2 by mass means 20 gram ethylene glycol and 80 gram water. So molar mass of the compound is 62. Moles of this compound, this solute ethylene glycol, is equal to 20 by 62, means given mass divided by molar mass. So number of moles are calculated. moles of water are calculated 80 by 18 mass of water divided by molecular mass. And now mole fraction for ethylene glycol will be number of moles of ethylene glycol divided by total moles of the solution. These are placed. We can find out the mole fraction of water by subtracting the number of moles of ethylene glycol from 1. So that is 0.932. So thanks for today. Keep watching, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.